Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome, everybody, back to Kaiserreich. Legacy of the Weltkrieg, where we're going to carry on our campaign. So, let's see. Let's play German Empire. January 1st, 1936. No. July 2nd, 1936. That's what we want. I think. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. Gotcha. Right. Let's get going. We see now that the infringement of freedom is necessary with regard to the opponents of the revolution. At a time of revolution, we cannot allow freedom for the enemies of the people in the revolution. That is a surely clear, irrefutable conclusion. Nikolai Bukharin. Yes. Typical Bolshevik thinking there, I think. We as the Germans intend to oppose it to the last breath. That is our goal. To eradicate the communists from the face of planet Earth, whatever the cost. In theory, anyway. Provided we don't get, you know, completely ruffle-stomped by them ourselves. I don't think we will, though. I'm hoping we don't, anyway. Otherwise, it's going to be quite a short Let's Play, really. So... it's taking its time loading. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Things are happening. Decisions, yep. Let us continue. July 2nd, 1936. Yeah, everything is as I remember it being. Very well. Let's continue. See what else the game is going to throw at us. Austria has declared war on the Italian Federation, apparently. My goodness. They've elected to, according to the game log down here, press the claims of Duke Giuseppe di Toscana in the death of Pius the 11th. Right? The Pope has died, and the Austrians, who own part of Italy at the top here already, have decided to press some claims, apparently. So they're going to war with the Northern Italian Federation. Interesting. I've never seen them do that before, honestly, but we'll see what happens. I wonder who's going to win. Ethnic conflict on Sri Lanka. Ceylon Island is settled by Sinhalese and Tamils who argued for reign over this land for ages. Recent crises caused even more havoc and disobedience, so our protectorate there could be questioned. Oh dear. +2 dissent. That's not good. Never had that event pop up before. I guess it's a random chance, that kind of a thing. Sea lane interdiction is done. Excellent. Modern port blockade. Group dispersal. Commercial interception. I think we'll go with commercial interception. Shouldn't take too long. It's a 1910 technology, after all. Communist France has failed to delay one of our tech teams. Excellent. Right, now, speaking of spy things, let's increase our intelligence funding. There we go. That shall increase the amount of information we can get about countries like the Communist France, for example. Based on what we know right now, on our current intelligence funding and so on and so forth, we estimate that they have around 74 infantry divisions, 6 fighter squadrons, 5 bomber squadrons, 16 battleships, 0 carriers, 1 battle cruiser, 5 submarines, 5 transports, and 21 smaller ships. They are researching rear area supply dumps and a basic hospital system, apparently. Their army is growing. Ours isn't. This needs to change. But we can't do anything about it yet, unfortunately. Game. Thank you. Siberia has declared independence from Russia. Okay, so civil war is erupting in Russia big time. Russia's going to be very weak as a result of this, depending on who wins. The Reds are doing alright, you know, actually. Better than I thought they might have done, but I still think they're going to lose, honestly. Anyway, we'll see. I hope they lose. Mind you, if they win, it won't be such a big deal anyway, because a red Russia that is won through civil war rather than reform is always a very weak Russia, which won't be too much difficult for us to deal with, I should imagine, in the future, if it becomes necessary. In any case, I'm going to have a look at the economy screen here a bit. Yeah, we still desperately need more upgrades, and we don't have nearly enough industrial capacity to spare to actually properly upgrade. You'll see that we have a total industrial capacity of 190, but we're only getting 86 of it because of, well, as you can see, there's the partisan effect from having such a high descent. Tech effects. Peacetime effect is a big one, though. The fact that we're not at war, and that we're not a totalitarian dictatorship. So that means that we're not mobilizing our entire industry towards the production of war assets in the same way that the French inevitably are, because they've gone full totalist. They've gone 100% crazy bastard Stalin on us. The Union of Britain hasn't had any regime changes yet. They're still chugging along with Philip Snowden over there and Arthur Horner as radical socialists. But yeah, the Commune of France has gone completely big brother on us. All the more reason that they must be destroyed for the good of the rest of the world. Civil war in Russia. Hello. The crisis in Russia has reached a frightening level of intensity. Once more, red and white forces are at war. We've seen the horrors of Bolshevism once before, and though our own workers may not like it, it is probably in our best interest to help the legitimate Russian government. So, we could help the white forces. Relation with Soviet Russia minus 50, relation with Russia plus 50, money minus 100, manpower minus 10. Stockpile of resources changed by minus 1000% of daily max income. So we'll lose quite a few supplies, but they can kind of be fairly easily replaced, so that's not that big a deal. Do nothing, which will eventually improve our relations with Soviet Russia, and we can just cancel the event entirely. I'm going to help the whites. There we go. I want those reds destroyed if possible. But I don't really care either way, honestly. But let's give the whites a fighting chance, shall we? I'm certainly not going to directly intervene. I've got too much on my plate to bother with that. Former Reichskanzler Georg Michaelis dies. Former Reichskanzler Georg Michaelis, whatever, died today at the age of 78, succeeding von Bethmann-Hollweg as Imperial Chancellor in 1917. The first, and until now the only commoner to have acceded to the post of German Chancellor, he was considered by many as the stooge of the Hindenburg-Ludendorff dictatorship, being forced to resign after Ludendorff was dismissed from the army in 1924. As a former Reichskanzler, he received state funerals, but the Kaiser refused to attend them. He was a commoner and a stooge, but a chancellor after all. Basic hospital system. Huzzah! Commission the Z88, Z91, Z98, and Z99. Very well. I think those were some more destroyers. Let's have a look at your intelligence, France. I think they might have finished a basic hospital system as well, so I think we're on a par with them technologically for the minute. I'd like to be ahead, though. Not on a par. Right, improved hospital system we don't need until 1944, so let's forget about that. Armour and artillery. Light tank 1938. Artillery 1938. It's all a bit sort of don't really need this stuff until like a couple of years from now at least. We're reaching a bit of a bottleneck on our research progress here slightly. Maybe we should just focus on naval stuff, I think, for now. provided we've got the tech teams for it. Because at the minute, there's nothing much else going on. Let's get some better torpedoes, I suppose. Who would be good at researching torpedoes? Let's see. Blumenvoss. Go. Make us some torpedoes. 6 months after Black Monday. 6 months have passed since the Black Monday and the subsequent Black Week. One of the worst problems Germany has had to face since then is the rise of... Yeah, the unemployment's going up, basically. And that's changed our national descent by plus 10%. Oh, God. 36% descent. We're going to have to start quelling riots soon. Right, commercial interception is done. We got a blueprint from the Ukraine for a technology. Interesting. Very cool. Oh yeah, the Ukrainians apparently are quite good at naval interdiction, so we'll be having that then, I think. Yeah, thank you very much. Korea asks for aid. The Korean government in exile has approached the German people for military and political aid in retaking their lands from Japan. This would cause much grief to the Japanese should we go to war with them, but it might also cause other problems for us should Korea jump the guns. Great place to drop leftover equipment. Full support and aid shall be given. We're not interested. We're not interested, frankly. We're not. We really don't care about Korea. If Korea rises up in revolt, there's no way they can win against Japan anyway. And I don't see what the problem is. Frankly, I would rather court favour with Japan because they're more of a threat to our holdings in the Far East at the minute. So we'll try and appease them a bit. I know that didn't work out terrifically well historically, but you know, I don't want to make enemies if I can help it, frankly. The Reds still hold Moscow. It doesn't look good, guys. Usually they lose, honestly, but they're gaining loads of ground. Look at this. It's nuts. Probably the fact that Siberia has gone up in revolt as well is probably not helping the Whites' cause. Wilhelm Souchon has completed research into aerial supremacy. Very good. And the Sadan Day celebration. This comes up every year, by the way. Every country in the world gets one of these kind of yearly events that reduces descent by 1%. This basically, to save reading about a whole paragraph of text, is the anniversary of the German Empire's basically formation after the Franco-Prussian War of 1870 or whatever. So there you go. Heil dem Deutschen Reich, lang lebe seine Majestat. National descent is reduced by 1%. Which is a small drop in the pond right now, let me tell you. Anyway, at least our research is going quite well. Let's see, deck load spotting, group dispersal, modern port blockade. Modern port blockade it is. Who can we put on that? Generalstab, Luftschutzamt, Manfred von Richthofen. It's got to be one of those guys, I think, because centralized execution comes up twice here, whereas naval training only once, so let's give this one to Manny over here. He's got the highest skill. He'll get it done faster. So, I was going to say something and I can't remember what it was. Bother. There's one of our carriers, Blumenthal class. Over here in the Far East, Singapore. On with some submarines. Schutztruppen Division. I've been told I should actually move my troops into AOG territory, actually, because if Vietnam goes up in revolt, then part of the event is that it will completely reduce the organization of every unit that's actually stationed in Vietnam at the time. So I'm being told, and this is something I didn't know, so I'm being told that I should move these guys actually into China for now. So if Vietnam does rise up in revolt, then we'll have plenty of organisation, and we'll be raring to go and just blitz our way into the northern Vietnam. So that's what I'm going to send them off to do for now. I guess we'll unpause. Oh, I know what I'm going to do now. Oh, more naval doctrines are being finished. Let's go with the raider patrols. Rather than, let's see, economy. Right, yeah, our supplies are a bit behind. Our production is also a little behind. Mainly, though, I want to focus on consumer goods. The upgrades, for now, can wait. And we need more consumer goods. Because more consumer goods will reduce our descent faster. See, now it's going down by 0.04 instead of 0.01. Approved air carrier. Oh, huzzah! Hurrah, huzzah! I've been waiting for this. Excellent. Right. Infantry. September 1936 now, so we could probably start our 1937 tech now if we wanted to. Like one of these, perhaps. Yeah, let's go with this. Group dispersal. Who can do group dispersal for us? Well, naval tech teams are not amazing, are they? Generalstab, I think it's gonna have to be. The naval race is a very important one for us, actually, because we're going to have to face off against primarily the Union of Britain and France, but also potentially America, potentially, depending on how things in America go. And our navy needs to not get sunk in the first battle it goes into, so every tiny little edge we can get through better ships or better doctrines or whatever is just of absolute paramount importance, because if we get our navy destroyed, we are severely crippled. We're going to end up stuck like Germany was during the Second World War in real life, where we may control the continent, but we can't get across the channel to save our lives because the British Navy is just, you know, too strong. So that's really important. Anyway. Let's see. Economy then. I need to get building some aircraft carriers like immediately, because otherwise they won't be done in time. So Westfalen-Klasse, CV4. That's one rank ahead of the Graf Zeppelin class, which we're building at the minute. Carrier air group, capital anti-air. Let's get a few of these built. Maybe 4 of them, 3 of them, 4, 3. 4 to be on the safe side. It's more of it's a bigger investment, but you can't. Carriers are not built overnight. They take years to make these things, so you really have to plan ahead big time with these. So I think I'm going to go for the full Monty and get 4 new carriers. So we're going to need 20 production now, which means I'm probably going to reduce my upgrades to friggin' 0 for now until we get some more industrial capacity after the depression starts to ease off. Doesn't matter, we're in 1936 still. We don't have a terrifically huge amount to worry about for now. Although, fucking hell, France. Where the hell did you pull 10 infantry divisions from just now? I don't know. Apparently we cancelled a trade agreement with Finland. I've got that all automated by the AI. I don't really like micromanaging my trade. It's annoying. Have curiosity. How big is our army? Total maintenance costs. We only have 67 infantry divisions. Christ. We do have marines though, and motorized and cavalry though, I suppose, and HQs. But still, we do need to start building some infantry, because otherwise France is going to get ahead of us. We do have, obviously, the added advantage of having a whole crap ton of allies over here, like the Baltics, Lithuania, White Ruthenia, and the Ukraine. So we effectively, in case of a war, we effectively have their armies to rely on as well, which means we do still outnumber the French, but not for long. Like I said, the naval thing is a big issue, and frankly, I need these carriers. When are they going to be done by, anyway? Yeah, July 17th, 1939. Barely in time for the Second World War to actually get started. Sorry, the Second Weltkrieg, I mean to say. At least our naval research is going well. Crikey. Commerce Raiders. Early unrep. Deckload spotting. Deckload spotting, I think. Maybe. I don't know. We don't have any tech teams with carrier tactics, which is pretty bad, honestly. But whatever. We'll have to just deal with it. Aircraft. Interceptor 1937. Yeah, actually, no, we're going to go for that. Junkers Fokker. Do it. Make me some new interceptors. I want to get rid of these biplanes. Create public works, money, devaluation, blah, blah, blah. Yep, more event things here we can do if we want to, but I don't want to. Come on, Descent. Need you to get lowered so I can have more industrial capacity. This is getting annoying. Cologne is revolting. It's not. I think it's a very lovely. I think it's a lovely place, frankly. But oh, the Union of Britain has delayed Generalstab in their research of group dispersal. Screw you, Union of Britain. Right, let's crush these rebel scum. Our first battle of the game, and we're going to crush them completely. Unit of militia, revolutionaries. They're going up against 5 infantry divisions, 2 of which have artillery support. Yeah, I don't fancy their chances. Dead. We killed 861 revolutionaries, and we lost 110 infantry of our own. And we lost 43 horses. So, there we go. Yeah, so this is a new feature of the newer Darkest Hour builds. You get casualty reports, which is pretty cool. So, it wasn't a very big battle, as you can see. Under 1,000 casualties in total for both sides. You get some seriously huge ones later on. But it was just a little partisan action there, but yeah. As you can see, things are not going well, because we've got people revolting in our own cities right now. AG Vulcans complete their research into improved naval invasion. Jolly good. Early decryption, yes. Good idea, actually. We want to keep our encryption and decryption technology up, otherwise we'll be at a serious disadvantage, and that we won't be able to tell how many divisions the enemy has in certain places. Ah, Korea has, and Formosa have risen up in revolt against Japan. Yep. Don't fancy their chances, frankly. Japan's pretty powerful. You know what, actually, you're staying there. Both of you are staying there. I've just realised someone has been telling me, like I said, to put these guys in China, but it has occurred to me that there's an event that can happen where the Qing Empire up here actually annexes the whole entirety of the AOG. If that happens, these guys here will be by default sent all the way back to Berlin, which is no good. So I'm actually going to keep them here for now. Having said that, because, you know, maybe, yeah, okay, so if Vietnam does revolt, they'll they'll be low on organisation. But at least they'll actually be in Vietnam and not, you know, halfway across the other side of the world, because trying to launch a naval invasion in this game is just so goddamn hard, especially in a province that's covered in jungle and whatnot. Trust me, from previous experience, it's not fun. In any case, what I may do, in fact, actually, nip that little problem in the bud immediately and just create a Vietnam puppet state, actually. Don't see why the hell not. We're not really getting anything particularly useful from Vietnam, I don't think. 1 industrial capacity there. 2 from there. It's not really a big deal, is it, ultimately? Yeah, we'll do that. Vietnam, you're going to become a puppet state. There we go. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so they only... Strange. I thought they would get all this as well, but apparently not. Whatever, I'll keep this stuff, I guess. For now. Yeah. Fine, but this bit's going to be governed by a puppet government. Hopefully that will prevent any kind of weird revolts from happening in the future. Possibly. Early decryption devices. Hurrah! Basic computing, go. Conrad Zeus, our resident computing genius. Unfortunately, the Brits get Alan Turing, who's much, much better, but we'll make do. And now we wait. We wait for it to tick over. Now we estimate they have 75 infantry divisions. I think there's some disparity going on here in our estimates based on our questionable intelligence at the minute. Hauptstadt terrorized the cities with the devastating economic situation. Many families struggle to earn their daily bread, and the social security net is strained beyond the breaking point. Now, in the last weeks, the streets of many German cities have been increasingly terrorized by gangs of teenagers. These Hauptstädter steal products from the markets and shops, and often money from innocent pedestrians, or commit acts of vandalism to escape boredom and frustration. More and more citizens do not feel safe anymore on the streets. Oh my, what does that remind me of? Oh mein Gott, shocking! +2 national descent. Oh, god damn it. Do without this shit. I really could. Technology anyway. Oh man, I need the events for land doctrine. Seriously, come on game, get your shit together. I need to start researching land doctrine so my armies don't suck. It's not good. We can't increase our intelligence funding yet, so we're just going to have to rely on our slightly shaky information from France in a minute. The Neuschwabenland expedition. Today, the Navy Arctic expedition ship SMS Schwabenland has reached the coast of Antarctica. Under the command of Alfred Richter, the Schwabenlands crew will scout and map the unknown territory and research the weather patterns and local animal life. Already, famous pilot Louise Hoffmann has dropped a German flag from her plane onto the frozen continent, claiming the area in the name of His Majesty and the German Reich, and naming it Neuschwabenland. National descent changed by -1%. So obviously that seems to be some sort of parallel, I think, to Captain Scott's voyage to Antarctica in real life. So, proof torpedo is done. Jolly good. Submarine. That's not really a big deal in a minute. Agriculture 1937 is a big deal though. Where's IG Farben? That's what they do best. Agrochemistry, that sort of thing. Well, air doctrines. Not yet. Escort fighter 1937 wouldn't be a bad one to have. Carrier air groups. That could do with a bit of improvement. Albatros Flugzeugwerke. Or Luftschiffe Zeppelin. I think we'll have Zeppelin. Do that. They have slightly more skill. Hans von Sieg dies. Okay, here we go. This is where our land tech, doctrine stuff comes in. Hans von Sieg, our Chief of General Staff, has died today in Berlin. The hero of the intervention in China passed away peacefully in his sleep. Our nation is mourning the loss of a true German hero. +1%. Ugh. State funeral for a war hero. Yep. Da-di-da-di-da. All important dignitaries were in attendance. Afterward, the Chief of the Army, August von Mackensen, could be seen whispering something to the Kaiser. I wonder what Mackensen is up to. I wonder indeed. Union of Britain has failed to steal one of our blueprints. Ha! Take that, Union of Britain. August von Mackensen retires. But how did he manage to retire after dying? I'm assuming... What? August von Mackensen has delivered his official retirement message to the Kaiser, wearing his trade. Apparently he's a zombie. Mein Gott! August von Mackensen is a vampire! Right, fine, I'm just guessing the events got a little mixed up there. There we go. Anyway. This is Kaiserreich, though, you never know. Dispute in the General Staff. After the death of Hans von Sieg, the retirement of August von Mackensen, the Chief of the General Staff, has been involved in constant debate over which methods the German army should use as a tactical basis or doctrine. The traditionalists argue that superior firepower won the Weltkrieg and would do so again, whereas the new school argues that this will be made obsolete and that a new form of mobility and strong spearheads should be the doctrine to base the German army on. There also exists a self-deemed compromise faction which argues for the current interim leaders should be simply be made permanent. National Descent plus made it changed by +1 again. His Majesty shall decide. Agrochemistry thingy from Flanders, awesome. The Kaiser's decision. Each group within the General Staff has nominated candidates for the Chief of Staff and Chief of the Army. Surprisingly, Heinz Guderian, the leader of the Mobility faction, was not nominated. The argument was that the Kaiser would more willingly support a nobleman. Guderian accepted and encouraged this decision. The Kaiser is about to address the General Staff in Berlin. Everyone from soldiers to generals to journalists awaits his decision. The Kaiser is a man of tradition. The Kaiser negotiates a compromise, or His Majesty looks to the future. The answer here, although it will give us some dissent, is that His Majesty looks to the future. So, Heinz Guderian, as you can tell, for those who are unaware, Heinz Guderian was very much in real life the mastermind behind German Blitzkrieg. However, in this timeline, he's not being made head of the army or anything on account of the fact that he's not a nobleman. And in Germany is at this point still a very aristocratic society. So someone's being nominated almost in his place, basically, but representing his ideas. But His Majesty is going to look to the future because Blitzkrieg on the tech tree, the kind of Blitzkrieg tech tree, as opposed to the other ones, is probably the best one for Germany, at least. It's certainly my favourite tech tree doctrine, personally. I quite like it. It involves the use of lots of tanks and things. It's Blitzkrieg. You know how Blitzkrieg works, right? You know, armoured spearheads and all that cool stuff. So, excuse me, we're going to go with that. His Majesty looks to the future. That's going to do a bit of it. That's going to cause quite a shake-up, but I don't give a damn. Sweden has declared war on Norway because of reasons. And so is the Union of Britain. They've declared war on Sweden. Well, okay, Norway is apparently radical socialist. Sweden is paternal autocrat. I see. Okay, well, fine. Apparently a country next door to you being a slightly different ideology is reason enough to go to war in the world of Kaiserreich, but whatever. Why are all our puppets giving us so many blueprints? This is embarrassing. Goodness me, our puppets are like, you know, more technologically advanced than we are. Like, my God. 1 year after the Black Monday. 1 year has passed since the Black Monday and the subsequent Black Week. The state of our industry is still recovering from the blow. Descent increased by 5%. We now have 43%. Oh, this is just... This is a disaster. Close air support 1937. Go. Create public works. We're going to have to do something, aren't we? Invest in national research. Comprehensive investment. Reduces descent by 2%. There we go. National infrastructures. Limited investment. Limited investment it is. Agrichemistry. Awesome. Industrial. Right, okay. What can we muck about with next? Basic pharmacology? No, not yet. Surface radar. Maybe. Oh, right, okay, land doctrines. Oh, hub it up. That's what we want. Heinz Guderian. Yeah, there he is. Author of Achtung Panzer. And very successful German general in real life. And luckily enough, we get him. Skill 8. Some very, very nice, you know, what they call, like, areas of expertise or whatever. This guy's going to be very helpful. And we've got blueprints for a lot of these as well, so we should be able to blitz through a lot... blitz, I know. Through a lot of these technologies pretty quickly, so let's get Heinz working on that. I mean, look at the instant bonus for mobility focus is huge. Ground defense efficiency, 100%. You know, it's just... it's nuts. So let's do it. Let's go. See if we can beat the French. Crisis in the Danube. Austria and Hungary have broken off negotiations within each other. We should probably intervene in order to prevent another war in Europe. It's clear the status quo will not solve this, so we have to favour one side or the other. We could favour the Austrians. Or we could favour the Hungarians. We have enough problems of our own, which will increase our descent by 5%. No! Favour the Austrians it is then, because favouring the Hungarians will give us plus 2%, so... yeah, guess we're going to favour the Austrians. Hungary's declared war on Austria. Oh, for heaven's sake. This is something I could have done without. Civil war in Austria-Hungary. Combined Syndicates of America. Oh, goodness me, right, yeah. Civil war's breaking out in America. There's been a revolution of sorts. The Combined Syndicates of America, which are communist Americans, have, you know, risen up and they're causing a ruckus. The whole world's going to shit, people. Oh, dear me, hell in a handbasket. Pretty much defined. Actually, the thing is here, we've backed the Austrians, but because the Austrians are at war with Italy as well as Hungary, I think they're going to lose. Big time. Never mind. What can you do, eh? Oh, yes, the American Union State have now risen up in the south. They are social liberals, apparently, for now. That'll probably change soon. I believe they're led by Huey Long. Very interesting politician in real life. Fascinating chap, actually. Controversial fellow, but fascinating nonetheless. They're kind of like the anti-CSA over there. And yes, I know it's kind of amusing that it's called the CSA in the north over here, and the ones in the south are called the Union. that was entirely deliberate on the part of the Kaiserreich developers before you mention it. They pretty much said as much. Pacific States of America is, yeah, there's also, yeah, America's falling apart, people. There's also the Pacific States of America over here. So yeah, it's kind of like the NCR, honestly. Poland has annexed Galicia and Lodomeria, apparently. Oh, group dispersal's done. Okay. It's naval doctrines, isn't it? Yeah. Deck load spotting, maybe. No, let's go with Commerce Raiders for now. Yeah, you. That won't take very long. Hawaii has declared independence. Oh my goodness. Oh god, pause, please, for the love of God. Right, money devaluation. New England has declared independence. Montenegro declared independence, or declared war at least on someone. Austria declared war on Montenegro. Sweden has cancelled a trade agreement. So what have we got down here in the middle? We've got Hungary, we've got Austria, we've got Croatia, we've got Bosnia, we've got Serbia, we've got a little bit of Austria down there, we've got the Kingdom of Montenegro, we've got Albania, we've got Bulgaria, we've got Greece. Mother of God. Iron Guard Romania over there, the Italian Federation over here. They're pretty cordial with us though, honestly, although the Hungarians really don't like us very much. The Austrians absolutely love us. Union of Britain has failed to steal one of our blueprints. Out of curiosity, Austria, would you be interested in joining? They would be potentially interested in joining Middle Europa, and if they joined Middle Europa, we could save their asses. We could. In a war versus the Italian Federation versus Hungary. We could save their asses. Destroy the Italian Federation, destroy the Hungarians. And potentially have a brand new ally in Central Southern Europe. Against the French. And we'd win. Because we're Germany, and we've got loads of troops, and crushing the Hungarians and Italians will not be difficult at all. Let's have a look. They have 18 infantry divisions and 23 infantry divisions. Yeah, it will not be difficult. In doing so, we can also, because we will be technically at war, it will give us a massive boost to our industrial capacity, which means we can build more stuff. Because we'll be at war. We won't be at peace anymore. We'll be at war, therefore mobilising our industry. It will also give our units an opportunity to gain some experience, which will give us a bonus later against fighting as the French. But I don't know. Maybe it's not worth the bother. Maybe it could weaken us. Maybe it could trigger an event that causes France to declare war on us early. Who bloody knows? Maybe someone else will declare war on us. Maybe the Romanians will take exception, or the Bulgarians, or something. We don't know. I don't know, because I've never had this particular situation occur before, so I'm going to end this episode here, and I'm going to pose the question to you guys. What should we do? Should we intervene directly, have the Austrians join Middle Europa, save their asses, pull them out of the fire, give them control over all of this sort of former Austro-Hungarian territory is probably what will happen if they win. Potentially get a new ally, or should we stay out of it? It's up to you lot. Well, it's not really up to you lot, but I wouldn't mind hearing your advice. So anyway, for now, auf Wiedersehen, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you again next time on March the 4th, 1937. And thanks for watching. Ta-da.